So before we move to the next, if you want to change the background of the button and also the border, you can add a class to the button. I have added this class, search button, and here you can use style tag, and inside we use the class that we have defined, and once we hover over the button, we change the background to this color and also the border to this color, which is the background color of the navbar. And once we hover over the button, as you can see, we don't have the default background color and also the border color that we had before. So this is for changing the background color. So next we need to add the function and fetch the posts. So the first thing we need to do is to add the data variable that will hold the properties. So here we have the reactive, don't forget to import it, and inside the object we define the properties. So the first one is the posts, which will hold the results that we get, and we have the term. The term is the word that the user has typed, and a message. And a message will be displayed to the user in case we don't have any result for the searching term. And next, we need to define the function for search. So let's add function and let's name it search for posts by term. And this function is an async function, and we will call, or we will use the Axios to fetch the results from the API route that we have already defined. If we move to the API, we have here the search, and we are using the post controller and function post by term. So let's do that now. So the first thing we need to check if the user has typed a word, and we need to check inside data.term.length if it is greater than 3. So if the term is greater than 3, which means that the user, or let's use also equal to 3, greater or equal to 3. If the user, for example, typed a word like this, so we will trigger the search. If that exists, then we use try and catch, and we call we send the requests. Let's add here the response, and the response we use await and Axios. Don't forget to import Axios also. And the request is post, and we send it to the API/search. And we need also to provide the data, and the data is search. So let's go to the post controller. So here inside where is the function post by term, so we receive search term. So let's send search term, and search term is the term that we have defined inside the data object. Now we have sent the request, we need to receive the response. So the first thing we need to check for the response. So if the response data.length, which means that we have found posts, because here we are sending posts. So then what we will do, we will update the data.posts, and we give it the response.data. So this is the first case. Second one, if we don't have any posts, so we will update the message property and tell the user that no results found. So this is the second choice. So here, if we have any error, we console and log the error. So let's add it here, and now we have the function. So we need to trigger the function once the user start typing. So let's add it inside the, so here inside the input field. So on change, we call function which is search for post by term. And let's also add, so we did not link input to the term, so let's add the model and call the data.term. What else we need? So we need the placeholder, so we will see how we can change the placeholder based on the language. So if we have the English, we will display here search. If we have French, we will display another word. So for now, let's just try and see if the search is working or not. So let's try and see. So here we have the search form. Let's search for something that exists. For example, AOSX. Let's see the console. So here the network. So as you can see here, we have search and the routes, posts. I think that's something wrong here. Could not be found. So the routes post. So we have here a problem inside our route, but I think that we have defined the route already. Why this problem happens? So here I forgot slash, so that's why we have the problem. So here I forgot slash. So sorry for this mistake. So let's refresh again and see what we have. So now let's try to check or to search for example for this. So let's try and search for example for this post that we have here. Enter. So let's see what we have. Now we have the 200, and as you can see, we have two posts that has the word that we have typed. So now we need to display the result inside our, so here inside our search tab, we need to display the results down after the input field. So let's do that. So let's move to the top and we need first to check if we have, so we need first to check if we have posts, then we will display the results. So let's after the input, let's add div and let's give it a margin top of 2. And this div will be displayed only if the data.posts.length. If we have posts, then we display the div. So next we need to add a list with a list group class and also a list item with a list group item class, and here we need to loop through each post using the for post in data.posts, and we need to give k. So we need to provide k for the list item. Let's use post id. So here post.id. And what else we need? We need now to display. So we will display only a link that will take us to the post that we have found. So let's add link and link we can let it as it is, so without any classes. And here so the link we will display post.title en, and later when we handle the switching language, so we will display the title based on the current language. And as you can see, we have two posts, but when I click on this post, we need to move to the post, but here we don't have the routes, so we will use the routes like this. So let's add variable for the routes, and we need to use the backticks inside and provide full link and posts and slash, and then we use post dot slack and save. So now let's click on this one. So as you can see, I am redirected to the post, but I think it's post without S, so it's only post. Let's check for the routes. So here it's post and show. Yes, so I forgot, where is it? I forgot to add here. So here it's post and slash show. So this is the right path. So let's try to find again something else. So let's remove this one and search for something else. So let's see what we have here. So we have only one post, but it's not showing here. So why it's not showing? Let's take a look at the console. So here we don't have any error. So let's refresh the page and see what is the problem. So let's search again and see, and now it's appearing. If I click on the link, so I am redirected to the post that I have found. And now let's do something else, which is if we don't have any results. So if we don't have any results, so here let's move to the network. As you can see, the post is empty, and now we need to check for or to display the message. If the message exists, then we will display the message. So let's do that now. So here after the div, let's add another list like this one that we have already added, and this list will have or will be displayed only if we have the data.message. And if we have the data.message, so here we don't need to loop through anything. And here also we remove the link and we display only the data.message. So save, let's take a look, and as you can see, no results found. We can add also margin for this list, margin top of 2. Save, let's take a look, and as you can see, no results found. If we look for something that exists, let's take a look, and now as you can see, the result is here, but also we have no results found, which is the message. So we need to clear the message. So to do that, let's add another function that will do that. So let's move down, and here let's call the const clear results, and we need to clear the results. So let's bring this one and put it here, and the data.posts will be an empty array, and data.message will be an empty string. So as you can see, so now we need to clear or to call the clear results when we call the function for the first time. We need to call the clear results. So let's refresh the page and see if it will work or not. So let's see now. Let's look for something that exists. So here we have the result. Let's move to the post. So it's working. Let's search for something that doesn't exist. So as you can see, no results found. Let's look for something that exists. So as you can see now, the no results found has been removed. So let's do the same thing again, and now we have the no results found. So everything is working as expected. Now we have done with search functionality. So what left is to switch the language, switch between language. So we have French and English. So now the English is the default one. So we want to add the two choices, so the user can choose even French or English. If we choose French, then we need to change the language to French and display French titles and bodies. And also we need here, once we are in French, we need to change this one from search to recherche, which is the French equivalent of search. And also inside the placeholder, we need to change it from search to research. So let's do that now.